So I wanted to go through, before we get started today, just some frequency, and I guess, Jen, you're on first on the list. But before we get started, I wanted to talk about frequency and where the planetary energy is at right now, collectively, real fast, before we get this started. Because it's kind of important to know why we're having these experiences in the manner that we're having them. So, this is the level of consciousness chart. This kind of maps out where we are in the grand spectrum of things. And it's a really important chart to kind of know, because it's kind of got to know where we were and where we're going and where we're at right now. And as you can see, this chart goes all the way up to 12 density on this chart. Hold on a second here. My phone charger's like, no, it doesn't want to agree. Okay, so because it's in 4th density, or 12th density, there's 12 densities of physicality in this known universe before we get to light ourselves. There's 15 known densities or dimensions in our universe. This universe, now I don't know about any other universes, but this universe specifically. Now, the one thing you have to realize is humanity has been at the 3rd density level for most of our existence. We've never really operated from pretty much outside of our heart chakra, sacral, our solar plex, and our root for pretty much since we've known we were humans. Now, there might have been a time that we did, but it's not on record that it's known. And that's why operating out of these centers for us was very, very hard, because as you can see, it's fear, it's living in shame, guilt, apathy, living in your root and your sacral, having courage, pride, anger, all these different emotions. And because we weren't operating from our heart, which is the gateway to these higher realms, we weren't able to perceive things and activate our DNA. So living in these lower realms and frequency, we started having scorn and anxiety and regret and despair, viewing life as tragic or frightening, disappointing, hopeless, miserable. These are frequencies that is pretty much creating our own hell, because in the end of the day, we create our own reality. So if we're miserable, if we're feeling tragic, if we're feeling hopeless, then it makes our own hell. The key as transcending to the next level for this, transcending like out of the 1st density, is taking action. Transcending out of the 3rd dimension, or getting to the 4th dimension, is realizing that you are worthy, realizing that you use energy positively, overcoming fear, because fear is a big motivator and a big downgrade of your consciousness. And basically what we experience in these lower dimensions is inaction, being stuck in things, hyperactivity, suffering, mental illness, drug intoxications, alcoholism, purgatory, feeling like we're stuck and feeling like we're going into a loop. Now, the planetary energy, luckily, has been raised to a higher frequency at this moment. It used to be down right here in between 3rd density and 4th density, but it has been risen to where new humanity consciousness is, which is right over here. Hold on a second. I keep doing this. I don't know why. It has been risen to where new humanity consciousness is, and where new humanity consciousness is where it's sitting. Notice that it's sitting in the green and the blue. So that means that our heart chakras and our throat chakras have been activated at this time. Now, the healing charts of these chakras, the healing energy frequencies, really start after the 280 hertz mark. And as you can see, where the 4th density starts at 310, really between 200 and 400 hertz, and up into the 500s, into the 5th density. That's where you start having acceptance of life, willingness, neutrality, courage for yourself, inner wisdom, inner light, loving yourself, being able to speak your truth in peace, because you're operating out of you're operating out of your heart chakra, you're operating out of your throat chakra, being able to speak your truth. And that's why a lot of people are having these realizations in life. They're being able to to experience, have an understanding of forgiveness of their self, trusting that life will happen the way it's supposed to happen, being satisfied, hopeful of life, being meaningful, harmonious with life, thinking things are feasible now to be done, and purpose. They find their purpose. Now, the key to getting out of this level in fourth density is appreciating things, using your energy, stepping out with passion with things. And when you do that, you'll end up finding happiness and productivity in your life, and things will just flow better. You'll be able to transcend, and you'll start being able to see paradise. You're not going to be in paradise yet, but you'll start being able to see paradise a lot more clearer. And then once it gets to where humanity is right now, and this new humanity consciousness, this is where we start to develop these higher chakra energies, which is high frequencies. We start seeing men behind the curtain. We start becoming more psychic. We start noticing that frequencies work, how things work with the universe. And we start to have a non-duality aspect, the I am presence, the enlightenment, going up to all the way to fully conscious, which is the 12th dimension, 12th density. That's the highest level of physicality consciousness we can have in this universe before we become light bodies ourselves. Once a person is fully conscious, they're operating at 1,000 hertz, which is the 144 hertz if you add up all the hertz together. Being that knowing that things is what it is, and having extraordinary outcomes and synchronicities. When you experience these kind of frequencies, you realize life is bliss and perfect, it's complete and serene, and you're fully conscious of your reality. That's a true enlightenment, which in a sense is like being in heaven. You create your own heaven when you're truly enlightened, because you're connecting straight to source, coming from these high frequencies. So that's kind of symbolizes the chart. Where we're at right now and where Earth is sitting at is right here, operating out of our throats and our heart chakras, which hasn't been done in thousands of years. So you're now going to see a change in humanity because we're operating out of our heart and our higher chakras now. And it's going to change how things are done, how things are thought about, having love for one another and their self, having the inner wisdom to choose what you want to choose and be able to speak your truth. And all these DNA strands that were now dormant are now activated. And this is where people are becoming more psychic, more empathetic to energies, more sensitive to energies. Why some people can have these astral experiences in their dreams, and it's more intensified than it's ever been before. Because humanity's consciousness has been risen by the planet that we're on. And because we are breathing and walking on this planet, so far our experiences and our energy also gets raised. So we have to take that into account now, that a lot of our chakras average on this planet are now activated, and a lot of people are living in two different reality fields, because there's some people who are acting like the planetary energy is not risen, and they're still operating in 3D, even though they're up here in humanity consciousness. So that's why we have a lot of discrepancies right now, because there's two realities simultaneously happening until we all collectively agree that 3D doesn't exist no more. And when we all collectively agree, it doesn't exist. But as of right now, in the physical realm, we're in 5D already, collectively. But we're still holding up 3D with like pitchforks. Or you want to say clamps. Because there's still people choosing to operate like this reality is still here. Hence why there's two realities happening. So I hope I cleared that up a little bit for people on the consciousness chart, because that's why we're seeing two different realities play out simultaneously. But until everyone collectively decides to step up and leave and join the party where the Earth and most of us are operating out of, then this third density collapses. It doesn't exist anymore. As of right now, it doesn't exist already, but there's some people still keeping it afloat by acting as if they're not there already, that they're not already up here, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps before we get started. Goodness gracious, my phone keeps going over.
Okay, cool. I put that chart on the wall, too, for people if they were curious about that chart.
Yeah, this chart is great. If I highly recommend people look at this chart. It's actually pretty good. This is a great representation of our of our actual universal structure, and it shows you that everything's connected. Plants, animals really are down here in the first density, up to the second, third, and this is where we've been at this whole time. Within the last couple years, the planet's frequency is now to new humanity consciousness, and that's why all of our chakras our higher chakras are starting to be activated, and some people are unaware that this is happening regularly. So because they're unaware, they're still operating in their lower chakras, even though their heart and their throat chakras are activated. And when that happens, you're activating DNA strands that have never been activated before. Things are starting to come on. You start to develop senses, a sixth sense, psychic abilities, precognitions, astral travel and dreams, telepathic abilities, telekinesis, all types of things that you probably would think in movies existed, but they are real. So that's why it's important to know where you're at, because some of us are actually putting a cap on our own frequency. When we actually exist in higher realms, a lot of people are operating higher than fifth density. Some people are operating out of their third eye, where this I am presence are. And some people are operating in full enlightenment and don't even realize that they're there. So a lot of us are actually higher than the bar, which the bar is new humanity consciousness, and all of our chakras are fully open, but they're unaware that they're there. There's some that are aware that they're there. I feel if you're at 12th density, you're aware. You're fully conscious. You know you're there. You know who you are. You know exactly what's going on, because that's a part of the deal. Once you get to that level of consciousness, you start to understand yourself. You start to know who you are, or at least know why you're there. I think some people, just being in these higher frequencies in their pineal gland, it feels like it's in 12th density because everything is so surreal. It's because it looks like you're literally living in two realities, because you're seeing some pretty crazy stuff. But when you're around people of lower frequency and consciousness now, they will play on your consciousness. So if you're operating in your pineal gland and in the 7th density, 8th density, and your significant other is operating still in 3D, you're going to get pulled down back to 3D or in between one of the two. And it's going to be a harder ride for you, even though your frequency, your consciousness is all the way up here. It becomes a drag. The physics completely change once you get into these higher frequencies. Things manifest faster. Things happen faster. You start seeing things. You start having synchronicities and these extraordinary outcomes over here in wider ranges. Extraordinary outcomes is exactly what it means. Extraordinary outcome, meaning you ask for it, you dream about it, it's extraordinary, and then it happens. Synchronicities is exactly what it means. It's a synchronicity. It was meant to be. It aligns with your purpose. It aligns with whatever it is. So that's really all I have to say on this, just to kind of get people to understand of where we're at collectively as a collective conscious, because we're all here together to try to empower each other, and that's where it starts. It's the inner wisdom and speaking your truth and knowing where you're at, and then things will just start to happen. You'll start getting memories. You'll start untriggering past life regressions. You'll start having downloads or uploads of information that comes to you straight from source or these higher realms of what to see or talk about or what to do. You'll start having greater discernment of things that you shouldn't be around, because the higher in these frequencies that you get, the more sensitive in energies you become, and the more the more you will feel the negative energy from certain people. It's almost like they can't hide it. They can't hide who they are. So you'll see it clearly. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. We're gonna get this started today. I don't know who we got first on the list, but I wanted to share that with you guys first. And thank you for putting it on the wall there, too, Stacey.
You're welcome.
Okay. We got Jennifer, right? Is it Jen first?
Tabby, are you there? So if you would like a natal chart reading or other services, raise your hand.
Yeah. If you want if you want a natal chart reading, tarot reading, we both do tarot. I mean, Stacey's gonna do the tarot oracle cards to state what service you want, and if she suggests that you need a clearing, she might suggest that. That's also another option for you that she offers. We also do. What was the other one? My brain just kind of went left.
I do Reiki,
Mm-hmm.
attachment clearings, pendulum dowsing, chakra balancing, tarot, and oracle cards.
There you go. And I'll do natal chart readings and tarot. So I hope that helps, guys. If you don't know your birthday, just tell me you don't know your birthday. If you have a roundabout time when you're born, that will help. But when you come up, just state your birthday, time you're born, and location. If you don't feel comfortable saying it in here, you can text it to me, DM it to me. But it doesn't really matter. Where it's all here used with love. So, Kathy, who's on the list here?
We have Jen B, and then after her, Be Still.
Okay. Jen B. Let's see. Okay. Hello, Jen B. How are you?
Hello. Good.
Awesome. Can I get your? Would you like a natal chart reading today?
Yes, please.
Okay. I just need your birthday, time you were born, and location. And while I'm looking up your alignments, I think Stacey's gonna ask you some questions as well. So go ahead whenever you're ready.
Yes. My birthday is March 29th, 1984, and my birth time was 9:12 a.m., and I was born in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay. Awesome. Give me a minute just to look this up and look it over. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, Jen. I offer several things: Reiki, attachment clearing, pendulum dowsing, chakra balancing, tarot, and oracle cards. Did any of that resonate with you?
Yes. Tarot cards.
Okay. I will pull some what you need to know, grow, and let go.
Okay.
I want to say hi to Mickey and Dennis. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay. Jen. Now, yeah, you have an interesting alignment. A lot of your initial alignments in your chart, the first couple alignments, are showing me that they're very empathic alignments for you. Like they're very low in degrees, so it just means that like you're very sensitive to energies. I would almost say like very empathic in all your senses because your sun sign's in 9 degrees. So that's much in the physical realm. This tells me that like you can pick up on energies very easily. You I feel like you can read people and energies very well, especially if you're around them. You're that kind of person. And since it's in Aries, you're in Aries. You got like this strong will. You're real physically active. Kind of like Aries is like the warrior of the zodiac. So a lot of them are very, very strong-willed, very, very energetic, headstrong people. I believe you are like that and dynamic in groups because you have your sun sign in your 11th house right now. So you're finding out about yourself through a lot of your energies, your vital forces belongs to a function of or being a part of a group of consciousness. So it's kind of like you enjoy being a membership of multiple groups, and within those groups of friends, you find yourself, if that makes sense. So you kind of are like a social butterfly in that regard. You have a little group, couple groups of friends that you kind of identify to right now, and that's kind of how you find more about yourself with your interaction with these groups. And you are kind of drawn to the collective awareness that it has like a specific ideology for you, whether it be like for social reasons, humanitarian reasons, spiritual, political, religious, whatever. But whatever group you're choosing right now to participate in, you kind of align your ideals with that group awareness. And eventually I feel like you end up becoming a leader within that group because you know a couple things to add to the hat here. So the 11th house for you is very powerful being in your sun sign right now because you kind of intuitively are aware of what the collective of the group needs, wants, and desires. And you kind of need to kind of surround yourself with like-minded people that kind of give you a sense of identity and security for you. Well, because if they're not like-minded, it would kind of make you anxious, you know, because you're like, well, what am I doing here? So that's kind of where I see you right now. Like you're at a point where your 11th house is telling me that you can kind of transcend the difficulties by creating these friendships where you can bond with these people rather and that's kind of where you need to be at. Like create these relationships where you can bond with people of like mind to see yourself even more, not as a collective, but more individually. And then you'll start to really learn more about yourself through these individuals. Now, being that you are an empath, your moon sign is in Pisces. So you're and it's in 7 degrees, so it's even lower than your sun sign. So Pisces moons are very much visionaries. They're very poetic. They're very sensitive to energies and spiritual values because of how they pick up energies through people. Like they're just like sponges with energy. And because of that, it would make you very compassionate and empathic with other people, to a point where it's like you feel their pain a lot. So you got to be careful and guard your energy a lot because there will be a lot of people who will try to take advantage of I wouldn't say naiveness, but your niceness, your compassion, and they won't ask any questions about it. So you have to kind of protect that. But I feel like because you are very psychic, intuitive, you can kind of pick up on that when you're seeing it for yourself. The greatest thing that I think you could bring is the fact that you have great sympathy for people, the disadvantaged and people that are in need, and that's partially the good and bad thing because back in they would play a game with us on our emotional side and play that part to trigger our emotions. So you gotta have to protect your energy and know what is right and what is not right in the world. But I feel like you're able to kind of see that a little easier because you're very sensitive to energy in that regard. Pisces moons, one of the down things is because they want to care for everyone and they want to help someone, they easily get swayed by others' opinions. Maybe because it's just whatever, but that's one of the things that they have a trouble with. So it's very important that you be true to yourself and trust what your discernment is telling you. Allow yourself to have that spiritual understanding and the gift to be sympathetic, but to be protected and be detached. It's in your 10th house, so just know that right now, the 10th house is like, you're probably working a lot because the 10th house is the house of experience and being acceptance in the public, career, and workplace. So prestige is going to matter to you. You want to come out and make your mark in the world, and you kind of want to make it on your own beat. So a lot of people who have their moon sign in the 10th house are always working. They're always thinking about work. They're always out there doing something, either they're working for themselves or they're working for a company. But this will make you a leader because you'll know how to align yourself to get what you want out of this world. So this will make you have great inner strength, great emotional control with things. You're almost like your power is kind of projected outwards, but it's not at people. It's just of how you show yourself, because you, in that work field, that's how we have to show ourselves, right? So I feel like, because you're so kind of calm, cool, collected in the workplace, and you kind of, the lines get kind of blurred with people in the 10th house and their moon sign, because it's like almost like their work comes home with them, and it's like they're like that all the time. So they just end up becoming natural leaders even at home, because they don't know kind of when to hit that switch off, because they're constantly working and they're constantly showing that part of their self. So you having these natural leadership abilities, you should kind of put those leadership abilities with your discernment, because your discernment is so spot on with things, and you feel things, it's usually right. Like your first gut instinct on things is usually the right thing. And you probably are even more feeling these things now, that the frequency is at a higher point than you've ever had. One thing I think you can do is, when you're in a position to perform your best of your qualifications and abilities and talents, I feel like you will be able to improve everyone. So when you find a job that has everything where you can kind of be your best and you enjoy working that job, that's when you're at your best. It's not a job that you hate to go to. It has to be something that you're passionate about and that you can put your qualifications in. And when you're able to do that, I think you'll be able to help change and empower a lot of people. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah. Just protect your energy, because you are very much an empath. Your other alignment's also really, really low empathic alignment. I think your ascendant's in 4 degrees. So that's like super, super empath. So, and that part of yourself is like, when you engage with people in conversation, you can kind of read them in conversation and how they perceive you. But it's like, at the same time, all these empathic alignments, it can make you anxious, because you're feeling things, you're transmuting energies that you don't know that you're doing. That makes sense. So hold on a second here. Okay. Yeah, I'm finished here. Stacey, you can go ahead. Sorry,
Okay.
Sarge just called me.
Okay. Tell them to come in here.
Yeah, I'm getting phone calls as I'm doing this, and I'm just trying to. You can go ahead, though.
Okay. All right. Am I on the screen or not on the screen? Well, let's see. Maybe I didn't do that right. I don't see myself. Can you see myself?
I see you.
Okay.
I see you.
That's kind of weird. I can't see myself. So I was like, oh, Telegram update. Okay. So what the universe wants you to know is the Judgment. Now, the interesting thing is all 3 cards I got for you were major arcanas, too. So it's pretty significant. So the universe wants you to know, like, judgment is a powerful call to awakening and renewal. So the universe is acknowledging that you are undergoing a spiritual awakening, being reborn into like a new sense of purpose, or you're finding the strength to move forward. So the universe is urging you to take a closer look at your life and rise above any challenges you may be facing. And this is a reminder that you have the power to overcome any obstacle, and your inner strength can lead you to a new sense of purpose. So what you needed to grow is the Lovers. So the Lovers, the universe is wanting you to grow in your power of choice and the significance of love and connection in our lives. So this card emphasizes the importance of making decisions when it comes to matters of the heart. It highlights the balance of masculine and feminine energy and represents the harmony of the opposites. It also represents the potential for deep and meaningful connection with a soulmate. So this card reminds us that love is not just emotion, but a conscious decision to choose and commit to a person who completes us. So what you needed to let go of was the Empress. So the universe is just calling you to examine your relationships and to address any issues of neglect and lack of love. So this card signifies like maybe a block in the flow of nurturing and giving energy, reminding you to look at your own past experiences and patterns that may be contributing to this imbalance. Reconnecting with our inner selves and finding our own sources of abundance and creativity is crucial to overcoming this blockage. It's through self-reflection and honesty we can find the confidence to move forward and manifest success in our relationships and lives. So I think this is about making sure that whatever energy you're giving to someone, they're giving you that same type of energy back. And if it's not there, and not that we can't have bad days, but if you're constantly giving a certain energy and the other person is not giving that back to you, that's not a good balance. And that needs to be addressed, whether that's boundaries or stepping away from that relationship, but just to take a closer look at your relationships and make sure that you are, whatever you're giving is you're getting back from those people too, and not be an overgiver. So I hope that helps.
It does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Very awesome. Very awesome. Yeah.
So next we have Be Still, and then we have Anne.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great, and I want to thank Mickey for telling me about you all.
Oh,
Speaks
okay.
very highly of you all.
Oh, Mickey's awesome. Awesome.
She is. We love her
Okay.
dearly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I'd like to do the natal chart, please. And the birth date is November 8th,
Okay.
1951,
Okay.
7:45 p.m.,
Okay.
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. 1 second. I'll look up your alignments.
Okay, thank
1
you.
second. Sure.
And Be Still. I do a couple of different, got a lot of feedback.
Backbeat on that.
I do several different things. Did any of that resonate with you? Be Still? You're muted now. Be Still, are you there?
Blue button to turn it green.
Here we go. It says you are live. Okay. You can hear me now, okay?
Yes, I can hear you loud.
Okay, I'm sorry. Chakra balancing.
Okay.
You know how these computers are.
Yeah.
They have a mind of their own.
Okay. I'm going to do a quick chakra balancing for you. And what you'll want to do is make sure you drink a lot of water. Okay.
Okay.
And the chakras are something that you have to work on pretty much daily. They move around a lot depending upon situations and your emotions. But I will balance your chakras here while Brad is doing a reading for you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Joshua.
Okay, be still. I'm gonna probably mute your mic because your speaker's on. Just because I'm getting back feed, but we'll unmute it here in a second here, just because we're getting some back feed here. But so yeah, looking at your chart, you have some interesting alignments. I feel like you hit all the boxes in all different categories. You have a sun sign in 15 degrees, you got a moon sign in 20 degrees, you got a rising in 5. So it tells me that you're a little bit, you got a little bit of everything. You're a little bit psychic, you're a little bit of an empath, especially in how you communicate with people and how you receive communication. Your Mercury alignment is like super empathic. Your moon sign's in Pisces, just like Jen's, but the difference is Jen's is more empathic there, but yours is more of a spiritual alignment. So it's for you, it's a little different because spiritual alignments, especially, it's like information, how you process information is on a different level spiritually than it is an empath. It's like things come to you. Your whole life you've been kind of seeing and getting this information, and you've always had a spiritual eye to things, like really spiritual eye to things, and it's been like that for you your whole life, I would say. Especially at 20 degrees, it's like, you got a spiritual team, your connection with God, it's been really close for you. And because you have this Pisces moon, you have a lot of water on your chart. You are what I call a master manifester, okay? And because you have it in different places, that's one of your abilities. Is you're very psychic. You have a little bit of each attribute. So that's why I say it's a master manifester, and you have it in each one of each water signs. So you have so much water around you that you have to kind of protect your energy, ground yourself, because you can get very taken back by these energies, and it can make you very emotional. Like, so that's why I think you're really aware of that, and that's why you probably do kind of protect your energy. But since your sun sign's in your fifth house right now, the fifth house is like you stepping into your power in a magnetic way. You know who you are. You're radiant, you're dynamic, you're flamboyant, you're charismatic, you're conscious of who you are and your identity. You love to display it with people, and you kind of are great at attracting people and entertaining people in various ways. I think you put a lot of context to things and make things make sense for people in the way you are, but you feel the need to explore and kind of explore yourself right now and different ways to express yourself, because the fifth house wants you to step out on the stage and kind of just share everything to the world and take your power and empower yourself and others. And that's kind of how it is. It's like you kind of have to be around a lot of people right now to get as many healthy, wide range of interactions as humanly possible to feed your soul, to make you feel good, but then also just to kind of step into your own power right now and kind of feel out what you can do. But you're very sensitive to energies in all ways. Like, you're a manifester, as in, like, you have a sixth sense of just picking up things. And it's kind of interesting because you have all this water on you, and sometimes you might feel like you're drowning because you're extra sensitive to all these different energies, whether it be not from you, because you're transmuting energy from other people, or you picking up from the people in the room. It's just like you have to kind of protect that. Now, you do have it in 15 degrees in your sun sign, so I almost want to say you have some precog dreams that do probably come true for you a lot. You probably see things or in your dreams, or these daydreams that probably happen not all the time, but pretty frequently for you, and they do come true, or part of it comes true, or it could be a message for you. I think it's because of that, because of your connection and all these different levels spiritually. That's why. And then your moon sign also is in its 10th house. So you gotta, you're right now in this, I feel like even if you're not working, you're still working. Like, that's how your brain works. If you're in this 10th house, it's like you have to kind of, emotional sensitivity to your experience of the acceptance in the public career, your works in the world. So you may feel to be ambitious in the outer world because you feel like you have something important to share with those around you. And that's why this pushes you to kind of be a leader in the career world. And a lot of people who are retired that have this energy are constantly are doing something. They're doing something in the background. So it's almost like they're working because they kind of have to keep moving in their mind and their emotional side for them to feel great about themselves. And that's okay. But it's just where your plants are sitting right now. I feel like you're a natural leader when you can kind of go out and your senses of control and power kind of gives you authority, and then that kind of brings in this natural leadership where you can kind of step into that. But you feel a need to be connected to be useful in society. That's what it is. Like you feel like you have to do something to still be useful. Like I'm still useful, so let me go out and work, or let me go out and do this, or let me go out and help. That's that kind of 10th house energy. It's like they want to kind of still work in that public sphere. And I think you truly want to see yourself serving the best interests of your community, and where you can perform your qualifications at its best, at your best of your abilities. And you know you have these abilities. You're like, if I can do it and help people around me, then this is what I'm going to do. And that's kind of like where your mindset is at this year, because it's in your 10th house and your emotional side, which is your Pisces moon. And Pisces moons, like I said, they do not like to see the downtrodden and people hurt. So they love to try to help and contribute towards that. They're really sympathetic towards fellow man and beings and animals and so forth. So you're sensitive to that, but you're highly aware that you are sensitive to that. So you know how to protect yourself. And I feel like you do, because in this 20-degree alignment, you've learned how to do that over these years, how to guard against your energy. So that's cool. But being a master manifestor like yourself, you can get answers from some pretty strange places. You get the answer. Okay. It's like, you don't have to try hard. It's like psychically, certain things are going to go on with people, and you can kind of feel it before it happens, because you're that connected with people. Your couple of your great, interesting alignments, I would say, is your Mercury being in one degree Sagittarius in your 6th house. So that makes you very empathetic in communication, meaning that auditory sounds, visual sounds you probably can pick up on. I almost would say some people who have this are very, very good at discerning people, especially through speech and feeling their energy, and they can tell immediately if somebody is good or bad, resonating. They kind of like are rat intuitive. You have great powers of making things make sense. That's one of your gifts. Like, you make things make sense, and you're so keen on your observing of your observations that it's almost like a sixth sense. So having a Sagittarius, you make things make sense, and you're real direct on your thought process, and that's how you are. Your thought process is like, it's better suited for advocating for a particular topic rather than going through cautious investigation about things. But it's more like you're right on the money with stuff. Like, you can't fool you. It's in your 6th house too. So right now, since it's in your 6th house, you're very hyper aware of being of service to others, and that's how you have to display your communication. And you're very aware of health issues, so you like to vocalize that right now. And you have a humble attitude towards life. Enjoy being of service to other people and vocalizing that. You're very analytical, practical kind of person. The 6th house makes you kind of humble yourself and wanting you to kind of analyze things in your life, and kind of and you have no problem voicing that, what you need and what you want, and then voicing to help people. So I see you as a people person for sure, because you got people person gifts, I would say, that are connected straight with that. So that's good. Being concerned with others is a great thing. Now, the other gift that you do have is you're a lighthouse too. Being that you're Venus, the love planet, is in the highest alignment that you can have on the chart. So that just tells me that, man, you're an enjoyable person to be around. Your energy is great. People feel your energy. If they can see your aura will be glowing. You glowing all the time, actually. And you enjoy being of service to other people. Here it goes again, with that Venus and Virgo, wanting to be of service. Like, I just see you as a service person that loves to help people. And because you have all these people-related gifts, this is natural for you. People, everywhere you go, people love your energy. They just like to be around you. You make things make sense for them. You're real considerate. You're a good friend. Virgo and Venuses are very loyal, and they can wind up. The one thing I think that they are is they stay in their head a lot, looking for the perfect mate or lover, and sometimes they miss the boat because they don't hit all the boxes that they need. And the person's right there, and they stay in their head a lot for this. So you do probably do that, but it's okay because you kind of require tangible commitments from your partners. That's what it is. You need to see it. You need to see things happen. You need to see tangible results. And that's okay. It's in your fourth house. So everything right now for you is about your roots of being, your environment, your home, your family, your children, the life at home. You're really receptive and charming and gentle and nostalgic with them. And it's all about caring and nurturing the home and the immediate family. And I feel like if you are working still, then you're working at home. You're comfortable working at home because the fourth house is like, I'd rather earn money while I'm at home in my own private sanctuary. And that's kind of how that is for you. But you valuing kindness and trust and between people of all things is a fourth house and Venus energy. And if that makes sense, this is kind of where I see you. So you have all these abilities in every class of creation. I would say you're highly psychic, you're highly intuitive, you're highly much an empath. And if that makes sense, I hope that helps you.
Yes, very much. Yeah. You hit so many boxes. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. I could go on, but it'd be, it'd go on all night. But yeah, I really, it's a pleasure meeting you. And Mickey is
Same
amazing.
here.
So, yeah.
We'll talk again. Thank you very much.
For sure.
I got a big smile on. Thank you.
No. And be still. Have cleared and balanced your chakras for you. And this is recorded too. So Brad will be posting when we get finished. He'll post the recording, and you can go back and listen to your readings afterwards. If you're kind of like, oh, what all did they say? You can go back and listen to it later. And me and Brad both do private sessions too, and that information's on the wall.
Yes. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Water
Next we
too.
have Anne, followed by Linda Lou.
Okay. Who was the next one? Sorry, I cut you off there, Cappy. My fault.
Anne is next. Go ahead, Anne. You could speak.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Anne. How are you?
I'm wonderful. And yourself?
Doing wonderful. Feeling good.
Great.
What is your birthday time you were born and location, please?
My birthday is 8/28/63.
Okay.
Pontiac, Michigan. I
Okay.
don't know the time.
Okay. Do you have a roundabout time, or you don't know that, or like could it be morning or night? You think you were born, or you don't know at all?
I have no clue, to be honest.
Okay. We can still find out the time. The only difference is just to let everybody know, the way time works in higher realms, it doesn't necessarily work how it works down here, but it does affect your chart when you don't know the time, because the exact time you're born is the exact alignment that you incarnated in here, and all your planets align from that time. So your houses are locked in for the rest of your life, your degrees, all that. So it changes it once the time changes. Everything, like the time, the degrees, and the houses, everything. But we can find out your time from your higher self directly now. So
Wonderful.
Okay, she was born in the AM.
Okay.
Let's see, I'm getting 6, and then show me down here for the minutes.
Something telling me 6. It's 6 in the morning. I'm getting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, you hear the time, 6:40.
You know what I thought? I was thinking in my mind 6:35. You said 40. Oh, that's awesome.
It could be 6:35. Hang on. Yep. Go with that. 6:35.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is.
Yeah. There's something that just came to my mind. It says 6:35.
Yep.
Originally it was 6. It was 5:35. Then it came to 6, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And you get these thoughts, these downloads in your mind when these higher frequencies, when you connect the source like that, man. It's interesting. Okay, let me a second here. Let me look up your alignments real quick. So you said 8/28/65, Pontiac, Michigan, 6:35. Okay.
6:35 a.m. Yep.
Awesome.
8/28/63.
Did you hear that, Brad? 8/28/63.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. 63.
Okay. And then Anne, I do Reiki, attachment clearing, chakra balancing, tarot, oracle cards. Does any of that resonate with you, Anne?
How about some tarot, please?
Okay. I'll do what you need to know, grow, and let go. Okay.
Okay, hold on a second here. Okay. Anne. Yeah, so Anne, I see you. Well, first of all, you have this Virgo sun, okay, in 4 degrees, which is very much in that physical realm. I would almost say empathic, very sensitive to energies. Like when you're around people, you can kind of feel the energy. When you're in a room, you're really good at doing that, reading energies with people. It can also make you very nervous or very anxious sometimes with certain things when you feel certain things with people. Granted that this is all the core part of yourself, but you're very much a person that's very analytical, very much. See, Virgo represents the harvest and the gathering of the fruits to the people. So you're a person that likes to break down the information and then be able to go and help the people with the information. You're very much a humanitarian at heart. You love to help people. Once you get everything that you need to be able to help. Now, granted, I would almost say because you're very intuitive, your sun signs in your 12th house. Now, the 12th house is like, I call it the house of secrets. It's the introvert house. People who have this placement in their sun sign are very aware of the cosmos. They're very aware. They're intuitively aware that you're within like source's creation. Like you know all about the different light fields, the education, all that. But then you're also seeing things that you can't explain, and you identify yourself as that. That's kind of like how you see it. Now, because you identify yourself like that, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts are very strong. And it's hard to kind of converse with that. Like conversing with people may be frustrating. You may feel alienated from the world or from source sometimes because you feel like you're not being heard, or you feel like it's hard to explain or get things out. Because the 12th house kind of wants you to sit and absorb everything right now. So the 12th house doesn't have really personal boundaries, and they're quite sensitive to the collective unconscious, and perceiving things interiorly, like seeing things from within. So they are very. It's like you're seeing a bunch of different things, and you can't vocalize or voice it to people. And it seems like when you try to, people won't understand you, so you just don't say anything anymore. And it's making you do this to go through this cycle to really transform yourself and to fully embodying everything that you're going through. I think what will happen for you is because you're so sensitive, you have to kind of withdraw and protect your energy, take salt baths, because people in the 12th house in their sun sign kind of collect like more psychic debris than most people. They get like all these time of attachments because they're kind of like a lighthouse that's just blasting their light everywhere, and everything that's every attachment known to man sees the light, and it's kind of like trying to dim your light, and you're kind of seeing it, but you can't share it. So it's like you're constantly battling yourself, which is keeping you mute. So you benefit from such retreats in order to kind of come back to who you are, and you got to learn how to kind of create positive boundaries for yourself, so that way you can re-enter back into the world with clarity, with a fresh mind, and protect your energy. Because, because of that, if it's not cleared and clarified for you, then you're gonna be really anxious. It's gonna make you anxious. Now, granted, you have a moon sign in 17 degrees, and it's in its 4th house, and it's in Sagittarius. So I feel like you're a really freedom-loving person. You're very restless. Sagittarius moons are very restless, okay? They can't sit still. They like to move around a lot, but their mind's wandering, they're wandering, they got extra energy. They're very idealistic in things. They see the best sides in people. They are also very impatient, and they react to situations more than reflecting on them. They just react right away. So they almost are. The one knack about them is they're really unrealistic on their approach to things, a situation. But it's not like they're not trying to be real with it. It's just their expectations are really grand, expanded. So when they approach things, they're trying to do 20 things at once instead of just doing things in order of succession. So that could kind of counter your natural personality of wanting things to be in order, but then you're also wanting things. You're thinking in the grander things, even though you're wanting things to be in order. And sometimes you might not get the goals done you want because of that, or your aspirations are so high that you have to focus on the simple goals to get you there, which is what mainly Virgos are mark on. They're usually there on, okay, we got to take care of this first. We got to cross this T and dot this I before we get to this next box. That's kind of how that is. But for you, it's like you're doing it with 3 different boxes at the same time. So it's in your 4th house, and it's just a 17-degree alignment. So you're very much in the middle of kind of being psychic to energies, picking up on things. You have a really, really strong mind, and you probably are picking up on things a lot. I almost want to say at home for you, it's like you'd rather be at home and deal with issues in the home life for you, in the home environment. Like, you don't want to really go anywhere else. You're very connected with the need to feel that you are in an environment that feels like home. So a lot of family members, friends, you're really sentimental to right now. You tend to select people only around you at this time that feel like family or that are family. And that's kind of like that 4th house energy. A lot of people in the 4th house are really possessive of items from the home, or they have emotional attachments from this. And sometimes they'll withdraw into their own self to kind of create a secure home base for them if their home is kind of chaotic. So they'll just be a hermit. Or you could be looking for a home base right now for you. Like, you could be on the search or feel the need to find one. Either or, you feel the need to have a stable home for you to be able to reflect on what's going on with you. And a lot of people with this placement change residences looking for a stable home. So I don't know if you changed residence recently. Something's telling me that you were looking for something, but like it's
Yes.
like yes,
I changed. Yes,
you just
I
did.
sold my
Yeah,
house.
okay. That's what I'm hearing. They're telling me that. I swear, they're just telling me like you just changed houses, and I'm like, did she? And I'm questioning myself, hearing my guides telling me this. So yeah, you just changed houses. Yeah, so this is right around. You just changed your house, and you were searching for that comfortable habitat. You just found it, and that's where the 4th house, your mindset, your emotional side was focused on the past year, and you have to understand that, like, it's okay. It's okay to have that change, that fresh start. This is one of those cycles you're on. It's giving you that fresh start to be able to create that home base you want, that security that you want, that protection to start anew. And I feel like this is perfect for you right now, because that's going to give you that security to be able to help you when you need to retreat, and you'll have the family around to do that, where you can talk right, be artistically how you want. You can release these deep emotions that you have to release now that you find your secure base. So that's good. That's really good. Another powerful alignment, and I'll leave this here is, yeah, you are also very powerful in your Mercury, just like Be Still was. You have it at 1 degrees also. So you're very analytical. I would almost say you're a people person when you speak, because at Libra, see, Mercury and Libra, and you know this because it's in your 1st house. Mercury and Libras are very positive mental people. They have, one of their greatest gifts is they have terrific judgment and sensitivity to people's character. And they are very aware of how the words affect on others. And because it's in 1 degrees, you're very aware of it. And it's in your 1st house. So you are you are strong mentally connection between your inner awareness and the outer world, but you bring an acute intuitive perception to all that encounter you. You're just so on it, like you're just the sharpest tack in the room, and almost nothing escapes your attention. Like you can hear a fly fart across the room and almost know where the fly is. It's like that, almost like that. If it's quiet and you can hear a pin drop, you'll know where the pin drop is. This will make you extremely sensitive to visual and auditory senses and impressions. You probably are seeing things, I would almost say hearing things from other realms and dimensions. You're probably seeing lights, orbs sometimes. If your DNA is activated, I would definitely say yes, because you are like a channel in a sense. Your guides channel to you a lot. When you don't know, and you're a channel for information. So once you kind of find that information, you have this natural ability to communicate your ideas to others, and that's why they channel to you, because you can kind of communicate it in a way to where it's understandable because you're so intuitive. So it's important for you to realize that right now that you're not merely a passive observer, but you're also being used as a tool to help people. And sometimes you do tap into that intuitive part of yourself that's like, whoa, man, where are you getting this information from? I feel like just keep asking questions about the world around you. Learn more about yourself as you're asking these questions, and your attitude will change because you'll be able to kind of ask more questions and get these answers right away, and you'll be able to see it for yourself. And that's going to change your attitude of how the world's going to happen. But as long as you keep asking questions, because you're really good at it. I would say most of you have a nice mixture of empathic alignments, some spiritual alignments, mainly a lot of sensitive empathic alignments, and some psychic alignments. And you have a little mixture of all. And they're all kind of, your higher self knew this. They put you in all these different alignments because they're right for you, and this is perfect for you. It's just aligned in where it needs to be. So I would almost say you're a spiritual warrior, and you have in unique places that's right for you and your personality. Like, it's perfect. So keep doing that. Trust in yourself. Protect your energy. Know that you are right where you need to be. And yeah, I'm gonna leave that here for that. I thank you for letting me do this.
I thank you very much. I feel everything you said. Thank you. That was wonderful.
You're welcome.
Okay, Anne. So I did what you needed to know, grow, and let go. So what you needed to know is the Six of Pentacles. So hopefully you can see this because I can't see my screen at all. The Six of Pentacles, the universe is acknowledging your generosity, your charity, and the balance of giving and receiving. It also signifies the importance of sharing your resources, time, and energy with the people around you, and the need to maintain a healthy balance between giving and receiving in your life. So the universe sees that you are practicing gratitude and recognizing the abundance in your life, as well as your generosity and kindness to others. What you needed to grow was the Ace of Pentacles. So interesting, you had a new home, because this is this is something physical, and like this is usually represents going someplace new, so that's neat. It's about new beginnings, prosperities, opportunities in the material realm. So, the universe is wanting you to notice the potential for positive change and abundance in various aspects of your life, including finances, career, and physical well-being. The universe is wanting you to grow by staying open to the new possibilities to make the most of the opportunities that come your way. And what you needed to let go was the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords means that you maybe need to be cautious of dishonesty or deception within your spiritual journey. Seek truth and authenticity in your beliefs and practices. It suggests that you may encounter false teaching or individuals who attempt to mislead or manipulate you in their own gain. So stay true to your own inner wisdom and maintain a discerning eye, and you can navigate those challenges and continue on your path of genuine spiritual growth. Because even though we're in this spiritual community, not everyone is for the good, so you have to be careful with that.
100% with that.
So,
Yeah, you got to protect your energy because they see that you are light and they prey upon us because they prey upon our ignorance and our minds and our frequencies. So just protect your energy. Know that you're in the right place, and yeah, Stacey's 100% right with that. There are false prophets and false lights out here that are doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. But that all will go away because in this new world we're going to, frequency-wise, that's going to be called out, and they won't be able to do that to people no more.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, both of you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ann.
Okay. Next we have Linda Lou, and then Joshua wanted to speak.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Hell
Linda.
yeah. I love Joshua, man. I love to have him on the show. He's a great guy, man. Linda Lou, how are you? I love that rhyme. That rhyme's really good.
Well, actually, it was a nickname given to me by coworkers, so it kind of stuck. But yeah.
How can I help
think
you?
it
What's your
came from
birthday?
my birthday is May 9th, 1967, Sydney, Ohio. And
Oh, okay.
I don't know the time, but I do know that I was born with an emergency C-section. I was breached, and I was had to be resuscitated. I don't know if that matters, but that's all I do know.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, all that does kind of matter because, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme when we're in this reading, but spiritually it matters. I mean, it's just like being born with a veil over your face. They say when babies are born with a veil or if they have a heartbeat, they are very psychic into this world. So that could be an extra thing coming in, but like, you know, they maybe forgot something before you actually were fully integrated in here. But that's awesome. Okay. And you said it was Sydney, Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me I'm gonna get Stacey to look up your time. Do you think it was the morning or do you think it was more
I have
evening?
no clue.
No clue? Okay.
No, I didn't even know I was all the problems because I was breached until my own son was born. He was breached, and they planned the C-section ahead, and my mom had said something then, but I didn't even know that for years.
Okay. What'd you say, Stacey?
Okay, I'm getting 3:30 p.m.
3:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've tried checking with the health department, and they don't keep that on the birth certificate.
Interesting.
Okay, Linda. So I do Reiki, attachment clearing, pendulum dowsing, chakra balancing, tarot, and oracle cards. Does any of that resonate with you?
Yeah, the tarot.
Okay. I'll do what you need to know, grow, and let go then.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Interesting alignment. You are a master manifestor too. There, Linda Lou. I like how it rhymes. Because you have you have a lot of earth around you. You're a very grounded person and very
Yes.
spiritually grounded too.
Yes.
Like super grounded.
Yes,
Like you
I am. If I get
remind me
overwhelmed,
of
I just need to be alone.
yeah, you remind me of my friend Stacy over here. She has a alignment similar. Now I wouldn't say similar, but you both are what I would call you have a lot of earth in all your main planets. So you're very grounded and then you have a lot of spiritual alignments, psychic alignments and some spiritual alignments mixed in with that. So you're very much a psychic individual. You have a very good, strong mind with things. I'd almost say that you have some vivid astral experiences. A lot of your information is in downloads and in large amounts. You can kind of decipher information. And because you are having your sun sign is really in your ninth house right now, it's like the ninth house, everything for you is the emphasis on your consciousness and the desire for you to have to raise your awareness and beliefs to a higher level right now. So you're like, your beliefs are about something that your core values of who you are. And you're in this transitioning phase this year of kind of aligning to your beliefs. So this next 12 months for you is going to be a time for you to kind of identify with your personal philosophy of life. And it's going to be tested through people around you. And you're really going to kind of separate yourself to kind of identify with these things. You're going to want to, I feel like you're going to find yourself in a position where you need to defend your identity and your beliefs and on little else but faith in what you know. And people are going to kind of question where you stand. But on the other hand, you may be the one to expose to these new systems of belief that will help bring about change. So the more knowledge and the more research you keep doing and putting out to people and making it make sense for them, the faster it changes, because people come to you when they need a clear mindset and a clear thought process. They trust in your thought process, if that makes sense. So if you're speaking what you see to them and the way you do it, you make it make sense very well. And I feel like this is going to be a spiritual transformation year for you. And you need kind of that time period to kind of travel, kind of indulge with other cultures, higher learning, study all these teachings of energy and these new studies to be more involved with these philosophies that you're constantly kind of discovering. And there's going to be opportunities for you to find more understanding of yourself through the world around you as you grow. So as you're going along, traveling, learning this stuff, opportunities are going to open up for you. I feel like for example, like if you're a singer right now and you're singing, making music, then you're gonna get an offer to be a singer. If you're a writer, you could receive an opportunity to publish a book right now. Like expansion is the key word for you this year. Expanding what you can do very well, and adapting and learning new things. So, I think more than anything else, you are affirming the ways in which you change with your beliefs, and your beliefs will help you to kind of investigate and change the world around you, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like as you're going along, you're changing your own beliefs and you're helping other people change theirs because you're making it make more sense to them. Now you have a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon, so it's a double Taurus kind of deal, and it's in your ninth house as well. So your Taurus moon you're such a well-rounded, centered person. You possess powerful emotions, but you're very charming and good-natured. And the material world can be of importance to you, but it makes you feel comfortable just to be in nice things and nice surroundings. So you're very practical on how you are about things. Very proud. I would almost say stubborn, but it's only because your belief system of what you believe in, and that's okay, because you do know a lot. And very loyal person. Now, since it's in your ninth house again, just like your sun sign, I feel like you are very sensitive to higher ideals, and you're very much of a visionary, especially in these new ideals that you're getting in these downloads. Everything is around these super conscious realms that you're perceiving and this information that you're getting, and you're constantly studying your experiences to redefine your own philosophy about life. So it's always like a counterbalance. Like you're researching and then you're applying it to your own life, and you're doing it very well. I would say that's a key thing. A lot of people who have this placement, they say that they're dreamers, and yet their dreams may reflect truths about their reality. So you're in tune with higher awareness of consciousness right now. That's really what this is. You're really sensitive and in tune with this higher awareness of consciousness. And the people that are not in tune, they would think you're dreaming, but you're not. It's really your reality. This will also make you an excellent teacher, because you see these things and then you make it make sense for everybody else in a more practical way, if that makes sense. So you're in this teacher mode right now of learning this information and then kind of applying your knowledge to it and then making it make sense for others. And in this way, you can kind of share your refined image and creative insights and show others how to refine their inner visions along with you. That's how strong of a teacher you are. And that might be a calling for you right now to be in this time, because we need people to kind of interpret things and to make it make sense for people, to help them. And that's kind of where I see you right now as a manifester in that. Like, you are a master manifester. A lot of energy comes through you in a grounding way, and you manifest things by going at it and being persistent and determined and getting it done. And it happens. So that's very interesting. Another thing I would just chime in is you have a high Venus alignment at 29 degrees, and it's in your 10th house. Venus can sometimes be linked to our finances, and our finances is currency, which is energy, and energy is also the inner love that we have for ourselves, which is ruled by Venus. So that's why our finances is linked to it, because as much energy and time we put into things, then we truly love it, then it becomes our currency. And your Venus is in Gemini in its 10th house. So in 29 degrees, the highest alignment you can get. So you're a lighthouse of energy. People love to be around you. I almost would say people come up to you a lot and start a conversation with you, and every time they do, it's a deep conversation, and then they feel comfortable with you right away. Like they just open their soul up to you, and you kind of might have this happen to you a lot, and be like, why are they telling me everything? But because they feel that so comfortable. Does that happen to you a lot?
I didn't think I had any talents until 2020, and I worked at a health food store, and I was that way. I was very talkative to the customers, and they were locked down, so they would come in, just come talk to me. They didn't even want anything half the time. And I did get stopped a lot of the time on the streets.
Yeah, a lot of the times. Yeah. By the good and the bad. The good and the bad would see your light there. Also, you have it in your 10th house, so I would say that people respect your stand when you speak your things, and when you speak is usually well thought out on things. You value the qualities of authority and being out in the world, and you also possess a natural grace about dealing with people. So you're just you have great social mores, responsibility. You're a really responsible person. I think you're a reserved person, more reserved than what the Geminis and Venuses are, because Geminis and Venuses are usually really flirty, but not flirty in the sense of being out there. They give their love to everyone freely. And they usually and they can be more erratic in their affections. But for you, you're a really reserved person, and you respond to like wisdom with the gift of your affections. You don't really take you don't really take risks, emotional risks with people, and you don't really have. And I guess you don't really have. I guess it's like an art form of how you manifest things for yourself. It's almost like that. It's like almost synchronistically for you. You're constantly aware of looking good in the public sphere, and you kind of enjoy also the benefit of applying your aesthetic sense to the workplace that you do with yourself. Because you kind of you're a person that sees the beauty within things very easily, because their 10th house is all about working within yourself. So anything that's like upscaling, I would think, or home decor, gardening, stuff like that, where you can see the beauty in things. Upcycling.
I recognize that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah,
this is what 3:33 a.m. or p.m.
I did, what did I do? I did PM, yeah.
Okay. Curious. Thank you.
3:30 p.m. So yeah, you have a lot of earth on your chart. So I can say you're a person that makes it make sense, and people come to you a lot. You also got earth in your Mercury. You got some earth in your Uranus, your Pluto. Man, you got on your first 4 planets, and in your rising, your 5 planets is all earth. Your rising's in Virgo, so that's another earth alignment. How you think about things, and I would just say, man, you're so solid and grounded. Just take your time on doing how you do it, but you will take your time. You will get to the destination. People rely on your thought process. You're taking in so much information right now, and you're also learning so much about yourself in the process that I feel like once you kind of learn something, you make it make sense for people, and people rely on you. So keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, protect your energy. And know that you're here. The universe puts you here for a reason, especially with all disabilities, to be able to manifest things and to help people make it make sense. So thank you for letting me do this.
No, thank you for doing it. I appreciate this.
Okay, Linda. So, what you needed to know was the Hermit. So the Hermit is about self-reflection, solitude, and spiritual development. So the universe is acknowledging that you have taken steps back from the world to explore your inner self and gain deeper insights into your life's purpose. It's encouraging you to connect with your inner wisdom and truth, and to trust your intuition in making decisions. So the Hermit also advises you to seek out spiritual teachers and guidance to aid in your journey. What you needed to grow was, it's kind of funny, the 3 of Cups. Probably because you haven't been having any fun. You've been doing a lot of hermiting instead of having fun. So 3 of Cups is about celebration, friendships, joyful gatherings. So the universe is wanting you to get together with others to share happiness, create lasting memories, and support one another. It's encouraging you to cherish social connections and embrace the joy that comes from being part of a community. And then what you needed to let go was the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles means that it's like hope and support are available to help you overcome any difficulties that you may be having and to continue on your spiritual journey. So embrace the lessons learned from challenges and trust that the universe is guiding you towards growth and healing. And remember that spiritual growth often comes from overcoming adversity, and the support of others can play a significant role in helping you navigate these challenges. So I hope that resonates with you.
Yes, it did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Linda Lou, I also want to say that your sun sign is telling you already kind of know this information because it's already, you're stepping out into your power right now too, being at where it's at. So this is a perfect time for you to kind of transform yourself. You maybe should get into reading tarot or getting into it. And I think you will because
I've had to learn it, but I haven't really caught on to it.
Once you do, you're going to be really good at interpreting stuff.
I had a very unusual dream, and it was very vivid for like days afterwards. And I thought it was connected to my father. And I did a tarot, and it was all major arcana, but I couldn't quite put the pieces together and understand it. So I'm still learning. Yeah.
Once you learn it, like I said, it takes time to really trust your instincts, trust in what the cards are telling you, what the energy's reading. But I feel like once you learn it, you're at that point where you'll take the time to learn it and be determined to do it, and you'll be pretty good at doing it because you, when everything you put your mind to, it will happen. So if that's what you really want, that's going to happen for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're like Stacy, man. You guys are the master manifestors on the earth. they're really determined people. When they set their mind on something, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it might take you time to get in there, but you get there and you hit all the boxes, you check all the boxes, you hit all the marks, and you learn something in the process of becoming. And that determination is what gets you the persistence.
Yeah.
So that's the part of the manifestation.
They're very persistent.
Persistent. Very persistent.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I have a lot of
Okay.
practice in that. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. We got a special guest
Hi,
coming on the
Daddy.
show today. I guess we'll bring Joshua up here. What's going on, Joshua?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I was helping Erica with something. Yes, we are done. I opened up the mics. Joshua and everybody else is here. How's it going?
Joshua, what's up, brother? It's good hearing
Not
from you,
too
man.
much, my friend. How are you doing?
How you feeling tonight?
I'm doing amazing. Just sitting here relaxing, hanging out with my boys, and listening to this amazing healing and guidance work that you've been doing for this last.
Oh man,
that was amazing.
I want to say, man, you are the one person I love to talk to at the end of the night because, man, you make things make sense. It's like God speaks to you in a way, man, that empowers so many people. And it's like, man, when you speak about what's happening, it's like, man, you kind of apply it with a spiritual eye to things. A lot of the things that we have to kind of learn too is understand that what we are going through right now is a completely change of our old system, the paradigm of the world, and how we view it. So, when all we know is the old world, sometimes we need a guide, and a lot of people use the Bible or religion as a guide, which is a great guide, but it was written by man. There's a lot of stories in there, but we have that inner knowingness too that can kind of help us, I guess, find the pieces to the puzzle that we're looking for. And Joshua was one of those people that can connect the dots very easily, and I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel, to be honest, I feel like that's a huge part of my purpose in this journey that I find myself in, is to bring the consciousness level to the scripture, to what we have known to walk in lately, to finding all that wisdom is within us all. And when you stop looking for that outside source, like religion taught you, looking outside for God, when God has been within us all the entire time.
Absolutely.
That's when you find that power, is when you stop looking outside yourself and trust. Just like you said to yourself during your reading, you were double thinking yourself, and that is the worst thing you can do. Just trust that automatic instinct that your guides are always going to speak the truth through you, because you're doing this for the greater good of humanity. So always trust that first instinct that you're given by your guides or their guides, because it's never going to be wrong.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. When I was just listening to that, I heard this inner voice in my head, and that's kind of how I hear things. It's like an inner voice that tells me, like, hey, this is what this is. This is what this is. And it's the second when you second guess it and you think, oh, no, I'm not hearing that. Or I'm not seeing that. Is when things go awry. So especially now, because now the frequencies are so high, our DNA is being activated. We're able to perceive things on a level that we've never seen before collectively, that it's a miracle. It's almost like a miracle, some things happening. This is like amazing. It's like, wow, can't believe this is happening. So this is the greatest time to be alive, obviously. And so many great gifts are coming into foray, and activations are happening. And once everything gets going, when we can fully commit ourselves as a collective and start actually healing each other and helping, man, you're going to see a different world. Different world. I'm already seeing already with so many beautiful souls in here tonight and that we're meeting in life that it was meant to happen, and it's happening. So I'm ready for it, man. I know you guys are. So that's awesome.
Yeah, you're 100%, man. This is the greatest time to be alive on this planet right now. This is what everybody is witnessing will never be witnessed again on a planet, because it's gone from so dark to so much light so fast that it's just mind blowing.
Yes.
To see the gratefulness of all the higher, when the veil is dropped and the people see the high, like the Elohim, the high up guides that have been controlling this all, like helping through this all, it's going to be hard to wrap your logical mind around how big they truly are. But where Brad is helping us reach that through his pictures of how big these beings truly are above us, that have been there the whole time, but we forgot. We lost the frequencies of how to connect with them. And now it's time to bring it back stronger and at a frequency to where nothing can be stopped at this point.
Absolutely. Because nothing can stop what's coming right now. And you're telling me that we are activating our DNA strands that were always belonging to us, that now we're activating in these higher realms, that we're activating in these higher chakras that were never really activated for us back in our old lives. I would say for humanity, this is a complete different change. And not only is it affecting from within, but it's also showing in our outer world with these galactic alignments that haven't happened in thousands of years, all coinciding at the same time. It's no coincidences. So this is meant to happen. It's meant to happen right now. It's meant to happen within you. It's meant to happen within the person next to you. Now, if they want to not receive that information, then there's almost a karmic lesson, I think, that has to happen with them. But eventually, if you're living on this planet, if you're breathing, you have to kind of succumb with the energy. You can't go against it. There's no way.
Yeah, it's either you get on a roller coaster and you don't. And the ones that don't and the ones that can't are most of the NPCs, is what they call it, the cloned vessels that really do not have a soul.
Yes. That's why they say it's mankind and humanity. Mankind is the reason why we have to say that, because there are vessels, the NPCs that are walking amongst us that don't have a soul, that make it very hard to kind of separate, to understand that, because I mean they're a living, breathing person, but they're literally soulless. They literally don't have anything that connecting them to that higher source, to God, to these higher chakras and frequencies. So literally anything can overtake their vessel. It's like basically a car sitting there with no driver, but the keys are still in it. Anybody can come up and walk in it, drive off with it.
And that's exactly why they were created.
Yes, because the spirits needed a body to inhabit so they can walk amongst us in this realm.
You got it.
Hence why they made alcohol, wine, and spirits another vessel way they can attack our vessels. That's why it's so important for us to keep our aura strong, to keep around people of like mind, keep your frequencies high, to keep yourself in prayer. But prayer is also not only it's the words and vibrations when you're speaking in action, but you're also manifesting it, and those words carry on a frequency and a resonance that actually does something that you probably won't see right away. But by commanding your space, commanding your power, speaking what you want, things happen.
That is
100%.
So true, man. 100%. Use your power. Use your tongue as your protector, as your shield. Speak into your energetic field that you don't accept any energies that are not yours.
100%. Right. And that you don't consent to things. When you say that, even when you don't say it, it might not happen right away, but you then energetically, you just cut that sword. You know, you're calling in those things. I call in Archangel Michael all the time. I call in Jesus all the time. I call in Kuan Yin, Buddha all the time. I call in God. Sometimes I call God sometimes. These are all ascended masters, okay? All of them are. They're here for assistance. All of them. And the ascended masters, the most popular one is Yeshua ben Joseph, which is Jesus Christ. Everybody, I think, calls upon him. But I've called upon Mary Magdalene. I've called upon Buddha. Called upon Kuan Yin. I call upon Archangel Michael, Raphael, Archangel Raphael. You call upon these ascended masters for specific things, and they'll come in and help you with specific tasks. And once you start doing that and getting comfortable with your power, which a lot of it comes from the throat, your reality changes, because we're all co-creating our realities all at once. All of us are living in our own reality, and then some of us have a shared reality, and then we have a collective reality which we all share, but all of us are living individually in our own realities right now. And that's why we're all seeing different things and having different experiences. But if you were to come in my reality, then you're going to collectively share what I'm seeing, and I'm going to collectively share what you're seeing, because our realities are overlapping. And that's kind of how it works.
It's like when Mickey comes for a visit, and she points out things in the trees, and then we can see them.
Right, and then we can see them. Exactly.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. And when she does come and visit, she's like, "Oh, you got dragons in the trees." I wasn't seeing those dragons in the trees until she saw them. I said, "Oh crap, there is dragons in the trees."
Hi, Mickey.
Family. What?
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, honey. What a beautiful show. I love hearing y'all do your magic, man. It just brings my heart joy, because y'all help so many people. Thank you. Thank you for helping me.
Oh, thank you, Mickey. You helped me, so I thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're here for, just like what you're saying. We're all activating each other with every beautiful journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just talking about this too, because like we get downloads of information a lot, and sometimes we need to be around somebody with the same frequency as us to activate that download. Like we won't remember it right away, but when we're around each other, all of a sudden we're having a conversation. All of a sudden these things just come in your mind. All of a sudden you just know things. You apply it that makes sense. The wisdom is applied then.
Take the village.
100%. Oh, and Dab, real quick, brother, man, again, and Stace, y'all did read a friend of mine, and you could just tell by her voice tonight that it's really impactful. So that was beautiful.
Oh, I love it, man. He was amazing. That's why I was happy. He's very powerful, man. A lot of people who have alignments like him are super sensitive to energies, like to the point where when you read somebody like that, I wasn't trying to make him cry because it's so close to home. So I was trying to make it a little, because it's so close to home for him that sometimes you have to hear it for some people. But that's the exact thing he kind of needs to kind of help him really know that he is who he is, and he doesn't have to sometimes he has to hear that.
Yeah, dude, them tears are the activation. That's his soul accepting the mission. When you are brought to tears like that, that's the humbling that most souls need to recognize, to put them on that. All right, this is real, and this is where it starts.
Absolutely, that is the act. You're 100% right, Josh. Absolutely, yeah. That's the activation. And sometimes we need that activation, like we need that triggering to activate us. We need somebody to kind of match our frequency, because we're around so many negative people. We're around so many negative souls. Some of us are by ourselves, and we don't have anybody to lift us up every now and then. And we are spiritual beings, energetic beings. We need a recharge every once in a while. We get drained of our energy, and we need to recharge. And the best way to do that is to be around people of like mind to give you that spiritual recharge. So then those things will empower you to keep moving, to keep going, to give you that energy, that clearance, that extra oomph to get over these things that are hurdles in the road for us.
And you did my girlfriend that's in here. She's still in here, Joanne. She's awesome. Just y'all just rock, man. I just so love listening to that, to everything y'all do. And Kat, you just rock, girl. You know that.
Oh,
thank you for moderating for us, Kat.
Yeah, thank you, Kat, for modding this. This is awesome.
You're welcome. Ooh, we were roasting marshmallows in the fireplace on sticks. They were delicious. Erica had about 10 of them.
Nice.
They were all on fire, burning. We had to blow them out. It was funny.
It could be dangerous to the house.
Yeah.
Careful. Be careful.
Oh man.
Hi, Debbie and Nora, Dennis, Crystal.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. How you doing, Mustang?
I feel amazing today.
Thank God.
Awesome.
So it's only 24.
The energies are off the chain today, y'all.
They are really good today.
Aren't they?
Just wait till tomorrow.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I think we're feeling the alignment.
Yeah, I definitely am feeling the alignment right now. I saw the alignment before I came in here. I saw, and I didn't see the full alignment, but I did see like 4 planets aligned.
It's very close. Yes, it is.
Yeah. It was powerful.
Yeah.
I've been moving furniture and cleaning under it and just like a crazy woman.
Oh wow, be careful now.
That's exactly what you want to do, is clean out all that stagnant energy. Get all that old stuff you don't want and get it cleaned out, because once this planet aligns, you want to be thinking your truest, highest thoughts, truly what you want to manifest in your life, because this is where literally you could switch into a whole different reality by where your mindset is and what you're thinking of during this planetary alignment.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yes, so true.
This is the Schumann resonance currently, and you can see all the white lines at the top. It's almost, you can see a face in there, but you see all that white energy at the top of the chart? That's high immeasurable energy that's hitting us right now, and it's hitting us in our higher chakras. It's not going through, actually some of it's going through the whole bottom of the chart like the line is, but for the most part, this is all high mental energy, so it gets you to want to get up and move around and exert all this new energy that we're getting hit with at this very moment. So yeah, this is it's kind of like sitting in an oxygen tank and then pumping oxygen in the room. It's just, you feel good, you feel great, and you're just getting all these downloads of information. And I swear I see a face in this already, but
this is the Great Awakening. This solar flash is the Great Awakening that is about to happen. They've been trying to make it a thing of fear for so long, but this is waking up everybody's chakras, whether they wanted to or not. Hello, Crystal. Nice to have you in.
Hey, Crystal.
Yeah, hi back to you guys.
Hey, Crystal.
I'm excited about the alignment. Oh boy.
Yep.
I must have missed the readings and everything. I came in late.
Awesome. It's awesome for you to be here. The alignment is so exciting. I'm excited about it too, because this is a brig.
Bandit has a lot to say. Bandit has a lot to say. Bandit. That's Bandit. The dog is playing. He sounds like a gremlin from hell. Brad makes him do it every Sunday when he's here.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Bandit's feeling the energies too right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think dogs feel it most because they're grounded. They're so grounded, connected to the earth, that they feel everything. So any animal, really.
You got Ginger the Screamer, Bandit and Katie with their Chucky sounds. Like gremlins. And then all the cats are passed out. Yep.
My cat.
One more cold night, and that's it for us. Thank God. Well, we had like a month of freezes. One more night, and then no more freezes in North Florida. Hallelujah.
Yeah, it's almost over. Woohoo.
About 10 inches of snow later.
Yeah, global warming. Meanwhile, Florida is frosty. 26 degrees this morning. The ice was on the windshield driving Erica to work. It was hilarious.
I'm wondering if this snow, y'all, because we've seen so much of it that burned funny or did something not like real snow, and we know God's cleaned the planet, but I'm wondering if that was some kind of technology to truly like cleanse the soil,
Yes,
because of all the poisoning they've been doing it for freaking
Yeah, I
long.
think it
I
was.
believe it.
Yeah, to freeze out a lot of things too.
We're hoping that
You know.
goes freezing out mosquitoes and gnats and cockroaches. That would be
And
lovely.
reptilians.
Yeah.
Reptilians too.
Or Bill Gates's mosquitoes that he let go to vaccinate everybody, supposedly.
Right.
Yes. Right. It was giving people the Zika virus. That he released a lot of them in Florida.
Yeah, he did. That's what we heard too. But we're all still here. So he didn't get us all.
Yeah, guys, this is a great time to be alive. It's great to bask in with the energy with you guys. About to see what's going to happen next because a lot of moving parts are happening. So it's good to kind of share things and to connect in this way and know that we're all going through certain things and you're not alone in this fight because the one thing I feel like we are accustomed to is that to kind of internalize things and to not share things. And we're all slowly getting out of that and coming into this grips of commonality, and it's changing everything because of that. We're all sharing these different experiences and finding out they're very similar.
Exactly. And the thing of it is that like when we don't share, we're not sharing something that somebody needs to hear. Believe it or not, most of the time, or somebody's going through something similar and they could use that encouragement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see here.
Well, guys, just so y'all know, I got my 2 videos that I just took a little bit ago. Most of y'all know my ships above my house. Oh my God, they positioned themselves totally weird tonight, and within 15 minutes, we're in a different position. And I'm like, oh my God, things are definitely. And they, how they blink out and they'll blink back in. They blink. They just stayed on. It's like you didn't even turn off. And I'm like going, wow, all kinds of things, orbs flying in. It's crazy, crazy cool.
I was seeing that earlier tonight when I was outside. It was flashing, and the planets were aligned, and some of these ships were moving around sporadically.
They're letting us know we're here. It's
Bandit sweating in front of the fireplace. Look at his face. Look at these clowns. What a crazy bunch of jack.
I'll tell y'all this though, I would really love to see what the skies look like, what the Simpsons are predicting, with where the moon will be so huge tomorrow night, and the sky's supposed to look like a rainbow. And
is that tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Sunday.
We won't be able to see
so
the moon
Saturday.
because the moon's in a new moon phase right now, so we're not going to see any moon.
We shouldn't, anyways.
Right.
Hey, Paula. Mariella.
Oh, guys, by the way, did y'all happen to read what President John F. Kennedy put on Code Z thing today, or they put out? He was saying that he goes, after all, where did the real me go when the clone was substituted for me? I was taken onto a ship. You call it the New Jerusalem, and it was a grand homecoming. I can tell you I had a ringside seat, so to speak, for the pomp and the circumstance which was necessary to give to the people, so that they could share in the ceremonies of saying farewell to me. And now I want to tell you how much I feel, even now, when I look back on that, because I can see it from where I am. So I won't read the whole thing, but I'll post it in your room, Kat. Thought it was pretty freaking interesting.
Oh, yeah. That sounds amazing.
I think it's interesting. The one thing I question is there is some active psyops going on about the New Jerusalem, because they're not going to name a ship after a city. That's ships like that are going to have an alien name to it. they're not going to be named.
Trump said everything will be disclosed.
That's what we call it, but not what
Good evening.
That is definitely what they've been doing. I agree with you, Dab. I wouldn't think they'd call the ship that either.
What I mean is, they're not. There's a psyop going on about Ashtar Command in the New Jerusalem, and a lot of people are using it. Some are using it as a means to identify who they are, when it's really not exactly what that is. The CIA created a lot of psyops because they knew people were going to wake up, so they created a whole psyop with the Ashtar Command. And that's why you don't hear a lot about them, only but from certain groups of people in the community.
Yeah, I've heard stuff about the Ashtar Command too. There's so much of this psyops. Just tell us the truth of it all.
You don't need anybody else to tell you your power or divinity. You can go directly to source yourself. That's really all that matters. So you don't have to need somebody to tell you that they can connect to this person or this ship, and they can give you the answers, so you can get the answers too.
I agree 100%. It's how quietly can you sit and trust that voice that's coming within yourself. Right now, the veil is so thin. Any one of us have the power to sit down and meditate and connect directly to source. That's what he wants us all to do. It's all about having a relationship with that creator source that's within us all. And it's only us that's truly stopping us from connecting to that creator source that's within us all.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
We are our own worst enemy, and we are our own blockage at the same time.
Correct.
And because of that, that's what that is. Really.
Conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really even, I mean, for a lot of people like myself, I'm not much of a meditator, but affected, have no doubt. And a coffee, if that brings you peace and brings you in that now moment, then that's all you need. But you have to go within and quit listening without all the other noise surrounding us constantly.
That's the secret, is going from within to get your answers and not listening to what's around you. And a lot of us want to listen to what's around us because that's all we know. But we're finding out that what's around us, not all of it is glistening gold. And not all of it is the accurate information. So when you truly are within yourself, you'll get the answers you seek.
Yeah.
Right away, actually.
Yeah, because there's even...
I'm sorry, Josh, go ahead.
There's some things in your soul path, in your journey, that only Source will tell you in Source. There is things that he won't use a messenger to give. And I've learned that in my journey, that there's just some things you have to get to that point where you can hear that source energy code because there is some things that they won't tell anybody but you and Source, because it's like one of the crossroad parts of your journey.
Right. Only that you'll know.
Yeah.
And it's important for that, because that's how you link the synchronicities to it, when you discover that's the case.
Yeah, and nothing can deceive you from that, because you know it's that crossroads spot, and you know exactly which path to take.
Yeah.
But if he told anybody else, they could deceive you from that right path. So you just have to trust when you get to that spot that it's, and you'll know. Once you cross it, you'll know, because your soul is going to want to be like a butterfly and fly out of the cocoon.
Amazing, man. Amazing times, guys. This is going to be, man, take it in, because this hasn't happened. So from my knowledge, this hasn't happened anywhere else in the universe. This is a first, and in this universe, at least, where we are first ascending of our planet, and then we are literally empowering us and purging us, and we're doing it all ourselves right now. They're just assisting.
We are them disciples. We are the ones bringing that knowledge down, because there always has to be somebody on the planet, and it's being brought down through the astral realms, and we are those disciples now.
Yes.
The new age.
Well, I call it old age, because this information hasn't been. It's you know,
it's the forgotten, the hidden knowledge. Correct.
Yes, it's knowledge that they don't want to talk about with us.
Yes.
We're all going through it. We're all learning it. We're all seeing it. We're all seeing these things happen, and this has been done in practice for many millennia.
When we get back to where we can match the architecture of the ancient Egyptians, then we know we have made it back to where creation was always meant to be.
Interesting. Their creation, their architecture, I think, linked with the planetary energy. They learned how to harvest the energy from the planet, and use that energy to heal their whole community.
Yes.
The Earth grid. That's why when you look at it, the planet, the pyramids are aligned with Orion's belt, with the stars perfectly.
Yeah.
Almost to the inch, to the centimeter.
down to the T.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And that is actually how that was a broadcaster for this universal knowledge that has been dampened, because some of them have been buried to where they can't reach their highest frequency because of the dirt around them. But because of us, so many souls that are willing to reach that full 12D, we are reactivating some of these pyramids, which is going to rebroadcast that during this alignment, and that's what's going to cause that big flash that's going to happen tomorrow. Is the enlightenment of the soul of the planet.
I feel like because of these planets all aligning, and this alignment hasn't happened for like 10,000 years, 12,000 years, something like that, that all this energy has to do something. This building up on this, and then the releasing of the energy, and the fact that it's happening on a new moon or around a new moon is it's interesting.
Yes.
Like the new moon, I don't think. Right. The moon. I think the new moon falls on the 26th, so we got a couple more days, or maybe the 25th. It's a couple more days, and then it's right there. So mathematically, it's like how many things we have to see before we know this is a higher consciousness that's guiding us, and that's making this happen behind the scenes.
Yep. He says in scripture that the signs will be in the skies, and I think the signs are brighter and bigger than ever. When I look at the sky.
Yeah, guys. Just to summarize it, if you guys want private readings, just DM me. I offer tarot, and I also offer the galactic and natal chart readings. My tarot readings are I do 5 card and 10 card spreads. I go pretty deep in context of the readings. I don't really do much of them on this platform, but I used to do them a lot. But I do offer those. And then I think Stacy also posted her website. So if you want to get a clearing or tarot reading or Reiki session done from her, her website is on the wall, or you can DM her personally, and she'll give you some more information. And yeah, it's all about learning about where we're from and resonating with that. And a lot of people will come to realize that there's a reason why you associate with certain people of like-minded frequency, because you're finding out your souls are from these places. You've been to these places before. You incarnated here. There's a certain frequency key that resonates on a deeper level than what we're perceiving, and that's kind of how the universe works. Energy recognizes energy. The soul doesn't have a face, but it does have a frequency key. So I think, what time is it? 9:30. Where are we at? We're just at the 2-hour mark. Yeah, we're just at the 2-hour mark. Yeah, I think what we might do is end this here, guys. I mean, it's been a beautiful night. I thank you guys so much for joining. We'll do this again next Friday. We'll try to bring in some more people. Josh, thank you for being here. Thank you, Rebecca, Paula, Belinda, Mariella, BB Mom, Mustang Debbie, Linda Lou, Nora, Crystal, Pistol, Mickey, Stacy, Kathy. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to end this live here. I mean, the recorded part, but you're welcome to stay in the live after I end this real quick.